What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Today and the Game Week 20 team selection video for the Fantasy Premier League. Yes, it's just a quick turnaround now that we are in the Christmas period and the New Year's period. So we have a little bit to discuss, and we're going to go over what I did in Game Week 19 and how I plan to attack Game Week 20. But before we do that, a quick message from sponsors of this video, SPITCH. SPITCH is the ultimate fantasy football manager game that's just hit the market. This game is available for those of you in the UK and Ireland, for everyone over 18 years of age. It's a fantasy football manager app that lets you build your team, collect points and battle it out against other managers. Play for free, compete against your friends in communities and have a chance to win a share of up to £70,000 on a weekly basis. That's right, there are weekly competitions, not just season ones, so every game week matters all season long. Various competitions are available on different pitches, and once again there are free games to play. Click on the top link in the description and download the app for free, and let's get back to the video. So guys, let's get into how we did in Game Week 19 and then move on to how we plan to attack Game Week 20. Now, I am recording this before the Manchester United versus Newcastle game has been played, so I do still have De Gea and Ronaldo to play, and yes, apologies if you thought I was doing otherwise, but I did on Boxing Day in the morning play my free hit because I heard rumours that the Spurs game could be cancelled, and I just felt like there was too many issues with my side with what other games were rumoured to be cancelled at certain stages. I just felt like the free hit needed to be played. Now that does mean I can't now play it in Game Week 22, or if I do, I have to kind of navigate the rest of the season without a free hit chip. But with that being said, we are currently sitting on 59 points, and that is in comparison to what we would have been on, which is 32 points if we'd stuck with the side that I had before this game week, and we wouldn't have Ronaldo captain and De Gea to play. So hopefully it's a very good game week, and it has seen us rise up to 15,764th in rank, which, as long as Ronaldo and De Gea have a good performance, should see even more of a rise and should see us get closer to that top 10k, which of course is our current goal. We did have some really good performances and some really good picks on the free hit. We had, of course, Reguilon, who did manage to get a clean sheet, with Spurs managing to get a victory 3-0. And then we had Tierney, of course, in the 5-0 drubbing of Norwich, and also Saka, 13 points and 16 points apiece. Fantastic from those two. And Tierney is, of course, in my normal side, but we brought in Saka and Martinelli. Martinelli didn't do too well, but great result from Saka. We brought in Son as well, who managed to get 8 points. And we brought in Bowen, who did get an assist for 4 points. However, of course, West Ham were beaten by Southampton. And then Mount was a disappointment, as was Reece James. Only 2 points from Mount and none from James in their game. And then Kane up front with Ronaldo. Kane also managing to get a goal and getting 6 points. So we picked some players that got us points that we wouldn't have got if we'd stuck with the side I had. Fingers crossed Ronaldo and De Gea do something, but let's move on to how we line up for Game Week 20. Okay guys, so at the moment we can just about field a starting 11. This is of course because we have more postponements. What is Premier League game weeks without postponements at the moment? We have Leeds versus Aston Villa and Arsenal versus Wolves. That does affect game week as they have been postponed. Now we don't have any Villa players or Wolves players, but we did have Arsenal players of course and Leeds United players. In fact, we're tripled up on Arsenal at the moment with Ramsdale, Tierney and Smith Rowe. Geldhart is the Leeds player. So if we look at the side as it currently stands, Manquillo is an issue because he does have that caution. We'll see if he starts tonight. We have Dubravka in goal. Everton away isn't too bad a fixture, so I'm not too disappointed having to play Newcastle players in this game. Although, of course, we know Newcastle are capable of getting destroyed by teams, so we'll see what happens there. Big at the back alongside Manquillo with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James and Cancelo. Really hoping for something from James because he's starting to let me down just a little bit compared to the likes of Alexander-Arnold and Cancelo, who can come in with those big scores. We've then got a midfield of Foden, Mount, Jota and Salah. Now, Jota and Salah I'm fine with, especially with Leicester, the amount they conceded against City. Hopefully Liverpool can do similar with Salah getting a big chunk of those goals. There's a possibility I move the captaincy armband to Jota, but I doubt it. Mount has been disappointing in that Chelsea midfield, and Mount isn't really a player that I kind of mesh with that well, so I'm surprised that I picked him. But at the time, Chelsea seemed to be on fire, and Mount seemed to be part of that, and then they've been a little bit disappointing since. Phil Foden, of course, hasn't started in the last 2 fixtures, probably something to do with the rumours that he went out with Jack Grealish, and Man City are fine without him, so Phil Foden is a bit of a concern. I'm worried that he might not start against Brentford away, so we'll be listening to Pep's press conferences if there is one regarding that. And then Antonio and Wilson up front with Watford away and Everton away respectively. So to get a starting 11, Manquillo probably needs to be changed to be absolutely secure on that. If he is starting, we'll probably stick with Manquillo, and then it's a question of, do I get rid of Foden or Mount? Now, I know you're looking at them going, they're both capable of getting big scores, but Foden, since I've got him in, hasn't actually started, which is very annoying, and Mount hasn't been as impressive as I hoped for. And of course, we do want to bring in Son, especially for the period of the African Cup of Nations, where Salah may not be starting. On top of that, it would also be nice to bring in Ronaldo, but that may be pushing it a little bit too far. So the transfer I'm probably going to make for this game week is either Foden or Mount out for someone cheaper to bring in some money into the bank, or we may just stick with this starting 11 if we think Manquillo is going to start, and just have our fingers crossed. So guys, that is it for this video. I know it's a little bit shorter and sweeter than usual, but literally I have an evening to film and edit this, get it up as quickly as I can, so you guys have the video before Game Week 20. So hopefully you appreciate the work that I'm putting in. I'm back to work already, so it's a bit of a rush to get this out, but hopefully you guys that do get to watch this do appreciate it. If you do, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And check out Spiff, sponsors of this video. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.